I believe very strongly in a concept I call the internal clock. It suggests that if you're playing a song like this that has these constant quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, where there's no relief from that constant quarter, where you're re-articulating on every beat, I believe it's possible with the internal clock to let your listener fill in the blanks. We don't have to provide every repeat of every chord. This is one of the most significant things I could share with you, that as we accompany vocalists in our worship teams, we can always factor in the activity they're providing down into darkness. That's a lot of eighth notes, a lot of activity defining where the meter is. So we don't need to go down into darkness. We can simply go down into darkness. And there's a real momentum there provided by the melody. So work at having what a friend of mine calls big ears. As a musician, it's a very desirable quality to have. You're always listening to the other band members on your team and listening to the vocalists. One of the things that can do for you is free you to play less, which is a very valuable discipline for us as musicians, especially as keyboard players. A lot of us have been classically trained where our fingers can do lots of busy stuff, but the busy part isn't necessarily the most desirable part for this contemporary worship that we're playing. Listen to most of your favorite recordings and you'll find that many times the keyboard parts that are being provided are quite simple and not a lot of virtuosic stuff is going on. So it's really freeing to me just to learn that I can go down into darkness, and then when I provide those pulses again, somehow they're more meaningful, more significant musically. So that's a very valuable discipline. Get that internal clock to be a part of your musical makeup, and you'll begin to create parts that have much more flow and momentum in the context of your worship times.